All right. All right, we're live. Here we go. Welcome, everyone. And sorry, I was going into my podcast intro. I was about to say, welcome to the Dial of June. Sorry, it's my daughter's messaging me. Yay. Okay. So they sent me a riddle and I answered. I figured it out, of course. Why? They're never going to stop me. Anyways. So welcome to this live stream here. Okay, there we go. It is streaming. It's good. Let me see if I can pull up this stream so that I can answer any questions coming in. Let me see here. Notifications. There it is. Alrighty. Anyways. Oh, let me pause that. So welcome to. There we go. Okay, that's how it looks. Perfect. Alrighty, looks like no one's commenting or anything. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Let's do this. So, I have not checked my website, I don't even know how long. And I really didn't care because I was busy and I've just been working every single day. Last night I got home like around 9:30. I was so tired. Anyways, who cares about that, right? Um, the point is, I've been neglecting my own website, and I was telling people like it almost felt like almost every day, not every day, but almost every day, it was getting phone calls, messages, emails, people wanting to know if I could come and groom their dogs. And I was thinking, I mean, this all can't be word of mouth, right? Because it can't all just be referrals from my clients. But then I was thinking, what if it's my website, right? And I'll show you what I'm talking about. My website, when you go to it, it doesn't give any hint, any clue that that I may be booked. And I need to change that. I realized, so here's my website, Eugene the Groomer, private dog groomer, Atlanta, Georgia. Here's a little tip, anyone who's watching this. So I learned this from my mentor who was helping me with my business and coming up with a better business model for myself. Anyways, he was saying that most people are never going to scroll down like this, past this. He's saying most people are going to look right here. So if what they're looking for is not here, just assume that they're going to click back to the Google search and click on another groomer. And I didn't mind that because right here, knowing that people usually aren't going to scroll down, if you want people to call you or contact you, your address or your phone number should be up here, somewhere up here where people can actually, see the phone number as soon as the website pulls up. And but I don't want people to call me, and I don't want people to know, and I don't have a central location. So I drive to my clients' homes. So none of that applies to me, and that's why my website is like that. So you want your website to reflect your business. And it did for a little bit because I really did for a little while there because I take such limited clients and I do such few appointments a day. I I get booked up really fast. But whenever I fire clients, and I went on a little firing spree, I got a little trigger happy. And I'm not trying to justify, and I won't get into the what happened details. But anyways, after firing a few clients, I found myself all of a sudden like needing new clients because even when I turn people away, I just tell them I'm busy, I can't accept new clients. I didn't start a waiting list like I should have. I really should have. But anyways, so for a little while there, I got some tips from my friends. Oh, a tip that a groomer named Jamie told me about was Google Business. So if you Google business, or is it small business? Okay, I think it's Google Small Business Services. Yeah, small business with google.com or Google My Business or something like that. Yeah. something. I think it's that. So it's an app for your phone. So I downloaded it, and actually, So I have. Let me see here. Let's go back to what is that app? It's a Google Business app, I believe. Hold on one second. Where is it? Do I not have it on my phone anymore? Sorry, guys. I really should have thought about this before I did it. Okay, but anyway. Oh, there. No, that's not it. Shoot, where is it? Anyways, it's Google Business for your phone. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. My Business. Okay, so it's called My Business on Google. Get started. JuneTheGroomer.com. So yeah, and then let me see here. I'll show my screen a little bit bigger. So, oh, well, nice. So you get something like this on your business. Oh, the glare, huh? There we go. And see June the Groomer, and it'll show some stats and views and things like that. And you can customize it and do all of that. And I did. So now when you search on Google, Dog Groomer Atlanta, my name, June the Groomer, will come up somewhere in there, my Google page, my Google business page. And that was very helpful. But again, because I'm in a situation where I am now completely booked again, and I cannot take any more new clients unless somebody, sorry about that, unless somebody moves away or a dog passes away, you know. But right for now, I'm completely booked, and I was thinking nothing on my so let's just say somebody heard their friend talk about how their dog got groomed by June the Groomer or whatever, so they specifically look for me, and they come to my website, June the Groomer. So somebody who's looking for June the Groomer would probably scroll down, right? If they're actually looking, they heard about me or something, and they're looking for me. So then and YouTube, a lot of people mentioned that they saw one of my YouTube videos. Anyways, so then when they do scroll down, what I wanted them to see when I was trying to attract clients, I didn't want to just attract any kind of client. I wanted a specific kind of client, the kind of client that cared about the process and about the quality and the results and how their dog is treated throughout the process. So I wanted someone that actually cared because I care, so I want I match with other people who care. So anyways, proper grooming tailored to fit your needs, and dogs groom in the comfort of your homes. I bring the salon to you. And then just so they know that they can trust me, I've been grooming dogs professionally since 2010, and I've published 2 books on the subject. And I'm not saying that that makes me an expert, but you've got to care about you don't just publish 2 books about a subject if you don't care about it. So at least it shows that I care, right? I believe that grooming is beautiful intimate experience, so I'm explaining what I believe, and then how I groom the dogs. So I laid out my process, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and how they can reach me. Email is best, right? And I put a little picture of a dog there for effect. So that's my website right now. But now I have to change it because I am not taking new clients. I can't take new clients. Okay, just wanted to make sure that there we go. So what I'm going to do now is update my website to reflect the position I'm in now, where okay, still I don't see any comments coming in. Alrighty, so just want to make sure if anyone has any questions, I will go back. So I'm using their new editing tool that I just found out about. I was just gonna do this anyways, but then when I saw that there's a new editing tool and everything, I was like, let's check it out live. Okay, welcome to your new website. Edit your homepage, add the pages you need, change the site's look and feel. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. And for me, this is just my style. I like to... What in the world is this? I don't need to do this, right? I mean, do I? Start writing or type a block. What in the world? What in the world is this? What's going on? Okay. All right. I mean, let's try this. Okay. So we'll just put June the groomer. Okay. And then here we'll put private dog groomer, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Publish. Before you hit publish, please refresh the following. Refresh connection with Facebook. No, that's cool. Let's just do it. Okay. View post. This is what? I mean, no, I want to update my website. I don't know what this is doing. View post. Okay. June the Groomer. Okay. What? And now I'm angry. And I was I'm just kidding. I'm just a little confused. What's going on? Newcastle. Oh my God, I love Newcastle. Anyways, okay. Make money from your website. No, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so what I want to do is customize my website. And I'm using WordPress.com, and I am not endorsing it or encouraging anybody else to use it. It's just what I started with. And I actually started free on WordPress. I used their free version as just like a blogging site, and it was horrificspa.wordpress.com. And Horrific Spa was the name of my dog grooming salon that I had in Buckhead. And yeah, so anyways, I was trying to keep the Horrific Spa theme going, but then it didn't make sense. So then I changed it to June the Groomer, and then I bought the domain, and I figured let's just let's just buy it through WordPress. And it's $18 for every year to have the junethegroomer.com domain. Anyways, uh, so that's how all that happened. But I'm not endorsing or encouraging. Anyways, I say anyways a lot. Moving on. Now I want to change this. So what do I want to do? My home page settings. Okay, home page settings. My home page. Okay, so what I want to no. We'll do that as my home page. The DIY haircut. Okay. Author of the art of grooming. Okay. And then teddy bear cut YouTube's on video. Teddy bear cut videos on YouTube. I said YouTube's on video. Okay, so that is where I did the haircut on Weemy. Legs and feet. Okay, let's do that. And then that's the blogs that I wrote. Okay, the last one I wrote was in February. All right, I need to start blogging some more because I have ideas, man. Oh, that's another thing. If you have ideas that you want to just get out, a really good place to just speak your thoughts and record them somewhere and have it out there for whoever wants to listen to it. Anchor.fm is a really good, and it's actually an app on your phone you download. So that's what I do. I just record off my phone, and a lot of times it's while I'm driving. So it's not like I'm taking any time out of my day to like carve out time to record episodes on the Tao of June, my podcast. It's wow, look at that, crazy, right? Crazy that people would actually even listen to it. But anyways, I said it again. I gotta catch myself. That's beside the point. the point, available on nine different platforms. So they automatically distribute your podcast on Anchor, Breaker, Castbox, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify. It's crazy. So with one click, once you're done with an episode, you click publish, and you could, it's easy as just, I could just record from my computer even if I wanted to. Boom, right there, record. You can invite people and save episode there, publish it. So Anchor is a really good way to start podcasting if you have just ideas and thoughts, experiences that you want to share, but doesn't really feel right to share it on your business page, or and you don't really want to go live on your personal Facebook and just do all these like rants in video form. And this is a really good way to just put your thoughts out in audio form, and it's just out there for whoever wants to listen to it. And hey, what's up, Maureen Fraser from Scotland? Sonia, what's up? Good afternoon, Sonia. So hopefully this is helping anybody with ideas on how to what do you call it? Design your website, right? Oh my goodness, let me go back there. Now, because if I was accepting new clients, that's what I would do, right? Is try to put as much information that would reflect that. But when I was thinking about it, even when people go down, like scroll down, so this is what they'll see when they go to my website. And this is all I really need them to know, that I'm June the Groomer. I'm a private dog groomer here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm the author of The Art of Grooming, which is a philosophical approach to dog grooming. So that's everything they really need to know about me right there, because I'm not taking new clients, and which is why I like to share with how to do it with others, this DIY. So that's really what I'm passionate about, is sharing information. Feeling like I'm being helpful to somebody is really what like gives me that high. Okay, look at that. So on the bottom, okay, so let's just do that. But now, because I'm not taking any new clients, and I'm really want to just focus on just sharing helpful information, with whether that's dog grooming helpful information or just a philosophical idea that I had about life, just sharing my personal experiences and my failures, being open and honest about my personal failures, and how embarrassingly flawed I am, and how I'm becoming more okay with that, and more accepting of myself as imperfect and flawed. And that way I can become self-aware enough to work on it and catch myself, because I realized if I went on the rest of my life deluding myself, convincing myself that I don't really have these issues to work on, then why would I ever make the effort to change? If I felt like there was no need to. But I think having those hard, difficult experiences and personal failures, it forces you to reconsider. It makes you a softer human being and more sensitive to others, and not so judgmental and things like that, less rigid, right? And so anyways, um, I like to share the experiences that I've had coming through that, making all those mistakes, and hopefully by sharing them and not feeling so embarrassed and ashamed of myself to share the mistakes that I made, hopefully that might prevent somebody who might be like on the cusp, right on the edge, about to make that bad decision. And maybe they'll listen to something I said or read one of my blogs and be like, I never considered that. Okay, So anyways, so when you scroll down, find my books on Amazon. Okay, so I changed this. It said, buy my books, on Amazon. And for me personally, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting to sell, but for me, I want to share. And there's a difference. Wanting to sharing implies giving. It's a gift, right? It's freely giving, right? That's what sharing is. Sharing is caring, right? Selling, and there's nothing wrong with selling, but I like to be clear between the two. Sharing your products with people, or your knowledge with people, your expertise, sharing that knowledge, that's one thing. But you can't say that you're sharing it when you're actually selling it, because selling, the difference is selling is a transaction. There's a give and take. There's a usually monetary give and take, right? But is a financial transaction that occurs when you're selling something. And that, it just bugs me. It just bugs me a little bit when I see people posting and stuff and marketing a little bit dishonestly, because they're saying like, oh, we love to share, our knowledge, we love to share this and that, join us on this webcast or this whatever, and then you click it and it's actually, you got to pay. And it's like, wait a minute, you're not sharing, you're selling. And it's okay to sell, it's okay, but I just like people to be clear and honest. Like, so anyways, um so I changed it to find my books on Amazon. And now when you scroll down, it has the videos where I show how to do the haircut at home. And then when you go down here, I have to delete this because that's the one that the post that I just made by accident, because I wasn't sure what was going on when I clicked that new editing thing, that editor tool. But yeah, there's a YouTube channel called CoffeeZilla that I really enjoy. CoffeeZilla, he's been calling out all these charlatans, these fake gurus on YouTube, promising everybody that, they can make all this money and do all this stuff, passive income and everything. It's like, man, but he's been calling them out, and I really like that because I just don't like dishonest behavior. So there was experience I had recently, and I probably shouldn't share this, and I won't share any details. I won't share the names of companies or anything. I won't give away any details because I'm not out to hurt any company or anything. But anyways, there have been some companies that, Crazy King Corso lady, Melissa Dog Lady, what's up, Melissa? Yup, I hate that. Yeah, so there's been some companies, and I'm not sure if it's the same company with different reps, but I've been contacted by several different people, by several different reps of the scissor manufacturer. And here's what they do. They contact me and they say, hey, we're coming out with this new line of shears. Would you like to test them before we bring it out to the market? We would like your feedback. And it's free, and it's like, okay. And they always mention that in the email or private message, it's free. We'll send you the shears for free. Test them out because we value your feedback. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. And I would always message them back. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you my honest feedback. And they would say like, okay, yeah, you got to go on Google. I mean, you got to go on Amazon and buy it, and then we'll reimburse you later. And then that's when I'm like, timeout. Why do I have to buy it off of Amazon and then get reimbursed later? How much later? When later? After I give you the 5-star review that you're going to require from me, that's when I get reimbursed? Are you going to hold Are you going to hold the reimbursement hostage for a good review? What's going on here? And then they're like, oh no, it's just, this one guy, and I told him, I don't like how you're being dishonest. He was like, there's nothing dishonest about it. You just have to purchase the shears from Amazon, because we don't hold the scissors. We ship it to Amazon, and that they have it at their warehouse, so you have to order it from them. And then I was like, well, he was like, it's easy. And I asked him, if it's that easy, why don't you do it? I was like, if it's that easy, why don't you order it? I'll give you an address you can ship it to. And he was like, oh, you can't do that. And I was like, yeah, I ship stuff to my daughters all the time. I buy it off of Amazon. I change the shipping address, and it ships up to my daughters in Tennessee. I was like, that's easy. So it's like, you do it. You buy it. And then have the company reimburse you. I was like, it would be even easier for you to get reimbursed because you work for them. They'll reimburse you. Don't worry about it. And so then he was like, "Oh, it needs to record as it needs to log as a sale." And I was like, "So you're telling me that if you order it off of Amazon, they're not going to count that as a sale somehow?" And then I asked, "Could I share the screenshots of this conversation so I can show everyone how dishonest you are?" And he took offense to that. And I told him, "Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to. I was just being petty because that's how I am. And I was upset. I just didn't like it. And that was the thing is, I think I responded a little bit more harshly with him because that had already happened twice before with a couple other reps. And I just don't like that. It's just so dishonest. And I told him, if you would have been honest from the beginning, right, and just told me flat out from the beginning, hey, we're gonna, if we want reviews, we want real reviews from real groomers, and so if we would love for you to purchase these shears off of Amazon, and we will reimburse you as soon as you post a review for us. It doesn't have to be 5-star. But as long as you post a review for us on Amazon after you purchase the shears, we will reimburse you for the purchase. I would say no. I'd say no, I'm not interested. I don't need new shears. I have plenty. I'm good. And that's the thing. It's like it's almost like they know that they know that most people are gonna say no to that, right? If they approached you honestly, upfront and honest, hey, Patty, our favorite groomer. What's up, our favorite groomer? It is crazy, right? What if they said, "Hey, Patty," and this is how they approached you. We're going to need you to buy some shears from us on our Amazon store. So you purchase them from Amazon, and as soon as you post a review for us, we'll send you the money back. We'll reimburse you for the sale, right? You would say no, right? You'd be like, "No, I'm good." And they know that. They know most groomers would say no, and that's why they come at you like that. Like, "Hey, we have this new line that we're wanting to get to the market. We want your feedback. We'll send them to you for free, as long as you give us a review." And then they get you to say yes. They get you to commit, right? And that's what they did the first two times. The first two reps tried to make me feel guilty for backing out because I said yes, and they said, "Okay, yes, you agreed to do this," and I was like, "Yes." And so they're like, "Okay, so now you have to do this. You have to buy it from Amazon, and then we'll reimburse you." And so I was like, "No." And they're like, "But you said yes. You agreed to help me out." And I was like, "Yeah, I agreed to help you out, but not at my personal expense and at the inconvenience to myself. Why would I do that?" And they're like, "But you said you were gonna do it." And it's like, "But you said it was free." And that's what I came back at them with. And I was like, "I'm supposed to feel guilty because you lured me into this conversation by saying that you're gonna send it to me for free." I'm thinking, I mean, it's not gonna cost me anything. It's not gonna cost me any time or money or anything. Yeah, I mean, send me the scissors for free. I'll use it and I'll post a review whenever I get a chance. That's what I was thinking. But they made it sound like that. But then it's like, but then you changed the terms, and now you're gonna make me feel guilty because you changed the terms and I'm backing out. No, you know what I'm saying? And I wonder how many groomers they have gotten to do it, because groomers, most groomers by nature, the ones that I've met, are people pleasers, and we hate that about ourselves. We hate being people pleasers, but we just are. And I think most groomers might get manipulated into that. Um, Patty says, exactly, definitely know the things people do just to get reviewed. And that's the thing is like, as long as you're honest, it's fine. If they're honest, I bet you they would have more success than the approach they're doing now. And even the people who they do get to go through with it, I bet you they're not going to feel good about it because nobody likes to feel tricked or manipulated or used. You know, if they just went about it the honest way and said, "Hey, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for some people to give us reviews on our products. You go ahead and purchase them, and then we'll reimburse you after, we'll even reimburse you for the shipping after you post the review." I bet you they would get more success, because they might get less responses, but the people who do respond are already okay with it. They're already on board with it, and they're like, "Okay, I'll just get reimbursed later." Because they're clear from the beginning, the expectations. People don't like feeling tricked. That's the thing. People don't like feeling tricked. And so with your website even, you don't want to put information on there or even post pictures of other people's grooms. I hear about that too, like groomers posting pictures of other groomers' work on their, because you're going to attract that kind of client who's looking for that. And if you can't execute, if you can't give that client the picture that lured them in, now that customer is going to feel tricked. They're going to feel like it was a bait and switch, and it was, you know. Um, Very true. Yeah, you just got to be honest. And the thing is, okay, so let's just say that you're the type of groomer who can't really do the whole nice round Bichon hit. I struggle with it. Shoot, I mean, I still try to perfect it. I'm still watching, other groomers and how they do it. So I'm always trying to perfect it. I don't think that anyone ever feels like they master. But anyways, let's just say that you're more comfortable with the puppy grooms, the pet trims. Just shave them down short, get them nice and cute. That's your work. Be honest about it. Nobody cares either way. It's just that when you pretend to be this other kind of groomer that can do this fluffy work, like Graciana Fu. I don't know if you guys follow Graciana Fu, but her work is amazing. Her little perfectly round muzzles and flared up, Asian fusion grooms. Let's just say that I put one of her pictures up on my website and advertise it as something that I could do, and I attract that kind of client. And turns out I don't do coloring, I don't do all of that, and my muzzle doesn't look perfectly round like the one in her pictures. Now I'm a fraud, right? I'm a fraud, and people don't like me now, and they won't trust me. And once you lose their trust of the marketplace, ooh, it's hard to get it back. Like the whole cancel culture right now. Check out Ellen. Check out what's going on with Ellen. So I was explaining this to my daughters. I was explaining to my daughters, Ellen, the reason why everyone's so mad is because they feel tricked. They feel lied to. Because I was telling her, like, there's nothing wrong with being a bitch, right? Or having that personality type that you're mean to people and you're kind of strong-willed, and you're the boss, and like people, you're kind of domineering, a bitch. There's nothing wrong with it, right? But look at Cardi B. I told my girls the same, and like, look at Cardi B, right? I mean, if people call her a bitch, she's like, yeah, so what? You want some? She's unapologetic. She owns it, and you got to respect that. Like Cardi B or not, I still respect her because she owns the fact that she's a bitch. She's like, yeah, bitch. She don't care. The thing is, and she has a lot of success, right? There's lots of examples of people like that. But the problem with Ellen is she's actually a bitch, but she acted like she was a really nice person, and she might be with certain people. But it turns out, from what we're finding out now, that to a lot of people that worked for her backstage and the crew, she was not a nice person. And that's what people are upset about. It's okay not to be a nice person. There's nothing illegal about it. Shoot, like maybe she is having a bad day. Who cares? The problem that people have is when they feel like you were dishonest about it, when they feel tricked, when they feel like, so if Cardi B did the same thing, if Cardi B somehow was going to be the new host of the Ellen show, and now they call it the Cardi B show, and she comes out, ha ha ha, all nice, and no, be kind, everybody, be kind to everybody, we need to spread kindness, and don't talk bad, and don't do that, everybody would be like, whoa, Cardi B would be canceled, right? Her fans would be like, mm-mm, she's fake, she sold out, right? Same thing the other way too with Ellen. If from the beginning she owned it and she was honest about the fact that she might not be a nice person to everybody, okay, so what? You know, I think nobody would have a problem with it right now. Well, I mean, maybe some people would. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Again, this is just my personal opinion. But I just feel like, I think it's when people feel like you put on this persona, when you're fake, and that's one thing I don't like about the grooming industry. It feels like the grooming industry almost encourages this fakeness, this fake behavior. The more fake you can be, the more likes and follows and shares you can get, the more you're rewarded in the grooming industry. You're more, and they encourage it almost, this behavior. And the more real you are, it's like, ooh, you're almost shunned. Like, don't associate with them. Don't, oh, they talk about real stuff. And they actually curse, and don't. We need to have this squeaky clean image. I just feel like let's just be who we are, and it's okay if you're a nice person. My daughter, oh my goodness, I told my daughter Ava, I was like, you are a kind and caring person by nature. You've been that way your whole life. Ever since she was a baby. Even when she was a little baby, we would feed her, and she would like, it would be so good. She's like, and then she's like, and she would immediately try to feed us too, because she wanted us to experience what she ever since she was a little baby, she was like that. She's always just, just caring and thinking about, considerate. And so I told Ava, if you ever acted like you were this hardcore, they would call you a poser. Those fake gangsters. I was like, you can't ever act like you're hardcore or you're a gangster or anything like that. I was like, because you're not, and people wouldn't like it if you acted like that, because that's not who you are. It's okay if you act like that if that's who you are, you know? But and that's why, for example, when we see some rappers who rap about a certain lifestyle that they never lived, the crowd turns on them as soon as they find out, wait a minute, you're not really about that life, you know? Um, Stiletto Step Supermom. I think people hold celebrities on a proverbial pedestal. They're just people playing a role. Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, that's the thing. It's like, just because they play a role well doesn't make them that kind of person. They're still their own anyways. But here's the thing, though. I think that when an actor plays the part of a villain, when he's not actually like that, like Anthony Hopkins, or, it's like, I think we respect that as an art form, because that is art. But when you do it in real life, when you try to act in a certain way, I was telling my daughters this too. When I was younger and when I was a teenager, I wanted people to respect me. I just hated feeling stepped on all the time and just disrespected and made fun of. So I started to act really tough, and I would get angry and I would start fighting. And I realized that wasn't me though. And it never made me feel good inside. And I think everybody around me knew it too. And one time this guy even pointed out, he was like, dude, June, you're not hard, man. You're not this guy. And it just makes people feel uncomfortable when you're not yourself, you know? So I think that it's really important to really sit down and figure out, who am I? You know, that Bob Proctor quote, let me Google it here real quick because I don't want to get it wrong. If I want to, the quote is, if I want to be free, I've got to be me. Is it? Oh no, hold on one second. Sorry about that. Quote, okay. Sean Croxton. Okay, Sean Croxton. So the quote is, if I want to be free, I've got to be me. Not the me I think you think I should be. Not the me I think my wife thinks I should be. Not the me I think my kids think I should be. But if I want to be free, I've got to be. So I better know who me is. I really like that. So I better know who me is. Um, Stiletto Supermom says, actors are super paid to lie. It's kind of creepy. That's why I like YouTubers. I like the tea people that have a live swear in them. Yeah, yeah. um, for some reason, sometimes I go on this little binge of like, top 10 influencers that ruin their lives or something. It's like, it's just fun to watch. Anyways, um, where was I going? Okay. But yeah, if you want to be free, I've got to be me, right? You got to be free of the good opinion of others. Free of the good opinion of others. It doesn't mean that you can't like it, you can't want it, or, you don't. It, I'll be the real. Oh, not okay, real people. But the thing is, for me, I feel like you have to decide what makes you happy, not what makes someone else look happy, or not what makes. So I was going through this with my daughters, and I was asking them, like, if you ask anybody, are you happy? The answer is either yes or no. And if the answer is yes, that's great. If you're really happy, if you're fulfilled. But if the answer is no, I'm not happy. At this moment, I'm not happy. Okay, then you can ask, well, what would make you happy at this moment? What needs to change in order for you to feel happy? Well, I guess, if you were talking to me 10 years ago, I would say if I could be rich and famous, at this moment, instantly, poof, I become rich and famous, I think I'd be happy. Really though? Would I really be? Would I be able to handle that much, pressure? And I have to, I would be paid to professionally lie, like Stella Supermom said. Would I really be happy to be famous and constantly have to be on if I ever go out for a cup of coffee or anything? Let's say I'm running inside Publix because I desperately have to poop and I've been holding it during traffic and I'm about to bust my pants. A turtle head's poking out. I'm struggling here. I'm in a bad mood and a fan is like, "Hey, can I get a selfie?" I'm like, "Dude," and then they pull out their phone. "Oh, guys, look at this. Look at fucking June the groomer. All I wanted was a selfie. Look at him running off, acting all." I'd be like, "Dude, fuck off for a moment." It's like, would I really be happy being famous? Constantly having that attention on me? I don't know, right? Okay, so then let's scratch that. Well, then rich, at least rich, right? Well, let's think about that. Would I really be famous? Would I really be happy if I was rich? Like financially, super wealthy, right? Well, would I? Because I would almost feel alienated from my family and my close friends now, right? Because having a really big house and fancy cars and all of that, I might, because I personally don't even want that. It's honestly. But if I did want it, it would be because I would think that it would make the people around me like and respect me more, right? They would love me more because now I'm rich and wealthy and I have all this stuff, right? But here's the thing, they wouldn't. It might even make them feel uncomfortable. It might even make some of them envious or jealous. It might even make some of them think, oh, it must be nice. Now you're the big shot. It might make people not like you. Well, the thing is, the close people, your friends and family, people you grew up with, now they're not going to like you, right? But now you're going to be swarmed with all these people who love you only because they feel like they can get something from you, right? Strangers who will love and adore you, but only until you're relevant to them. Once you lose your relevance, I mean, why would they love you? Why would they care about you, right? Which is much different than being my dad's father, my children's father. I'm their daddy, right? There's nothing they can do to change that. I'm always going to be their daddy. Even if I act shitty, they're always willing to forgive as long as I'm genuinely sorry and I change and I make an effort to change. Then they're always willing to forgive me and they're always going to love me because I'm their daddy, right? That's much different than the love of strangers. People who like and follow you and share and, you know, all this social media bullshit. Because as soon as you become irrelevant, look at Chris D'Elia, you know? It's like I feel so bad for him because I actually liked the guy and I liked him, as his personality and everything. I just felt like he was the kind of guy I could hang out with. But, it's like, yeah, look at him. He had so many people. Now he's pretty much non-existent on social media. The love of strangers. I wonder why we think that will somehow make us happier because it won't. Okay, so now we scratch that. So being rich, like super wealthy, okay, I guess that's not gonna really make me happy. Being famous, oh, okay, I guess that's not really gonna make me happy. Well, then what's gonna make me happy? Well, really, I just want the feeling, right? I just want the feeling of feeling like a valuable person, like I matter, right? Well, here's how I explained it to my daughters. I told them, I'm your daddy, right? And what if I asked my daughters, how can I be more your daddy? How can I get you girls to love me more? What can I do? How can I behave? What can I do? I want to be super daddy. they'd be like, dude, just relax. Just relax. You're our daddy. There's nothing you can do to make us love you more or less. We love you because you're our daddy. And I guess that's grace, right? Not really deserving the love of my daughters, but they love me anyways because I'm their daddy. There's nothing I did to deserve this position. I don't deserve this position, but I am their daddy. It's just grace. It's just love that I've gotten that I don't deserve, that I didn't earn. It's called grace. I understand what grace is now. It's the love of my daughters. And let's just say that I kept stressing about it though. How can I be more dad? How can I secure this love? I would be missing the fact that I have it now. I am. Same thing with being human. The fact that you are here, that you're a human being and you're here now, you're alive, that makes you valuable and you matter. So it's kind of like saying, how can I matter more? How can I be more human? I need to be more valuable and matter more. It's like, dude, chill out. Just be you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're already special. You're already matter. You're already so valuable. Just the fact that you're human. You don't have to do anything to earn it or deserve it. You matter and you're valuable. Just the fact that you're here and you're alive. You're a human being. You're a member of the human race. You're already valuable. You already matter. There's nothing you need to do to matter more or be more valuable than the next. No one is more or less significant than anyone else. You're just you, and I'm me. We're all meant to be different, but we all matter. And so once we realize that, then we realize, well, then I guess I'm never ever gonna be happy if I get this or when I get that. I'll never arrive to happiness. Happiness is not a destination I'm ever gonna get to. Happiness is this moment. Happiness is the way. Then I'm never actually gonna be any more happy than I choose to be at this moment. And it makes sense because if I'm not the kind of person that chooses happiness in the moment, well, then when the moment comes, when the moment finally arrives that I think is going to make me happy, it also will be fleeting, and I'm not going to enjoy that one either. And I'm not going to be any more happy then. If in fact you're going to be less happy. Here's the story. I'm not going to give any away details because again, I want to respect people's privacy. There was a person who wanted to meet their favorite movie stars and actors. I don't even want to give away gender. So this person got a chance, an opportunity to go to one of those Oscar events on the red carpet, Emmy Awards, something like that, and they got to meet all their favorite actors and actresses and pop stars on the red carpet. And they even said like one of their favorite actresses even spent a whole 3 minutes. And it may not seem like a big deal, but if you're a famous actor, if you're A-lister on the red carpet, spending 3 minutes with someone is a big deal. And but so they got to do all that, got pictures with them, and then this person came back, and now they're depressed. Oh, I thought that meeting all of those famous people and celebrities was gonna make you happy. Why are you depressed? Maybe because the thrill, the high of the moment, and then now that moment's gone. And I don't know, maybe we convince ourselves that if we meet our favorite celebrities, we're somehow going to become best friends. Maybe that's what goes on in our minds. We think that we're going to somehow click. And if I meet Megan Trainor, somehow Megan Trainor and I are just going to, oh, I feel better when I'm dancing. Ooh, and we're going to become best friends. When we text each other all the time, we're not going to become besties. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it'll creep her out. What if I hung out? What if I got a chance to meet Megan Trainor? I was like, yo, Megan, let me get those digits, girl. She's going to be like, excuse me? Where's my security guard? So I don't know what happens, but it's like the thing is when we have this big goal, even, and I'm not saying don't go after the accomplishments or goals. if that's really what you want for you. But if you think that by achieving this thing, by sharing all these pictures of you with all these celebrities on your Instagram and making all your friends jealous, if you think that's really what's going to make you happy, it's not. And in fact, you'll find out you're almost less happier when you realize that the thing that you thought was going to make you happy, once you get it, it didn't make you any happier than you were before. Then you start to feel depressed. But I think we can work through this once we realize, life is all just a series of moments. Some moments are better than the others, but you don't want to miss a single one. Because even the bad moments is all part of a beautiful story that makes your life unique. Let's see here. Stiletto Superman. Happiness is a choice. Exactly. It really is. You choose to be happy. And it doesn't feel like it sometimes, because sometimes the situation is completely shitty. The shit has completely hit the fan. Now the fan's broke and more shit is coming our way for some reason. It just almost feels irresponsible almost. It almost feels like you're a crazy person if you choose to be happy in situations like that. And I'm not saying that we should put a smile on our face. But just like the stories that we hear about during 9/11, when the towers came down, people were saying, the rescue workers, the people on the front lines, the people running in and saving people, they were saying, looking around, seeing all these helpers, seeing all these people working together as a unit. And it was almost like they didn't even have to communicate with each other. They all knew what needed to be done, where they needed to go. They were all working in unison to save people. They were saying, like, it felt beautiful to see human kindness and see this working together to save people, even in the most tragic and the most horrible event possible. You can still find beauty there if you look for it, and you can be a part of that beauty. You can be a part of the helpers. So I don't know. It's just the way. Or and here's the thing. What's the other alternative? Throw your hands up and you know shake your fist at the sky and cry. You know. I mean, I guess you could do that. No one's gonna judge you in that situation. But it is a choice, right? You can choose to say, I'm going to get up and I'm going to help. Sonia says, it's hard sometimes to be yourself these days, so you don't know if you're going to offend somebody. Yeah, but I would rather offend somebody, Sonia, being myself, than being fake and having people not like me anyways. We've had to go through all that effort to be fake, and they don't like the fake me. Well, I guess maybe sometimes we do that as a way to protect ourselves, because as long as I'm being fake and people don't like me, they don't like the real me. It's not the real me that they don't like. The real me's safe. Maybe we do that to protect ourselves. But I'd rather have people around me that like me for who I am than have people around me where I have to feel like I have to be careful. You know? Stilettos. What is that? What is that children's story? The country mouse and the city mouse. And the moral of the story is, it's better to eat a dry crumb of bread in peace than have a banquet eaten in anxiety. I love that. It's better to eat a dry piece of bread in peace than to have a banquet in front of you, a feast, and you're eating it in anxiety. I love that. Still, I'm gotta poop. Yeah, right. Oh my goodness. Stiletto Supermodel. The love of strangers sounds so lonely compared to the genuine love from the ones that reciprocate your love. Exactly, exactly. Mitchy Mike. Hi, June. Did I still catch you live? Yes, Mitchy Mike. We are live. I gotta get off soon though, because I have to get ready for. I just got off of work. I gotta get ready for my Toastmasters meeting soon, so I gotta get off. So. But just in case you missed it, I'll go back to my website and just explain what I did. Let's see here. Bubba Longshaft. I love that name, Bubba Longshaft. The thing is, though, it doesn't matter if it's long or short. Actually, the short shaft, it's easier to control, baby. Much better control with the short shaft. Anyways, Bubba Longchef, the secret to a good life is happiness in your household. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, who cares if you go outside and everyone adores you, everyone loves you. You come inside your own house and you got to dodge, shoes flying at you, like, and you better hope they're just shoes, not kitchen utensils like forks and knives. Let's talk guns. Here's a little song I wrote you. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. Oh, yeah, right. Well, here's the thing. That is profound. I've never heard those words written down like that before. Don't worry, be happy. You know what? A tune is coming to me. Don't worry, be happy. No, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. It just came off the top of my head, just inspired by Let's Talk Guns. Don't worry, be happy. We got something here. I think it's an original idea that I did not steal from anybody named Bob Marley or anything like that. Stiletto Supermom, exactly. No one cares about those actors in the pics, but the fan. Haha. I mean, it's cool and all, but some people don't give a shit. Exactly. Most people don't, especially these days. Like these days, I mean, I don't know. I almost feel sorry for celebrities these days. They got to be so super careful about everything they say. Stiletto Supermom. Yes, LOL. I offend lots of people. I also don't give a shit. Nice. See, Stiletto Supermom owns it. Now, if Stiletto Supermom, if this is a person that we know her to be, right? She says what's on her mind. She doesn't give a shit. And then all of a sudden we see her acting differently, acting like, oh, no, I'm prim and proper and unpolished, and no, don't talk like that, guys. We'd be like, come on. We would call bullshit, right? Let's see here. Mitchy Mike. Yes, wanted to tell you that I enjoy watching you groom. You're a good person. Just continue. Oh, thank you, Mitchy Mike. I really appreciate that. Um, is it Eto? Eto Palm Pafam Papam. Anyway, hi Eto. Eto, I'm very sick and had to stop grooming. I have advanced tinnitus and vertigo. Oh no, and I'm struggling deeply. Oh man, tinnitus and vertigo. So you feel dizzy, right? Um, Let's talk. I love that song, LOL. And I'm telling you, I think we're onto something. I think we got something here. Have you seen the movie Yesterday? I thought that was hilarious. Nobody remembers who the Beatles are. Let's talk guns. Holds phone up to June's live stream. Hey Marv, listen to that. Who? I wonder how many people will get that reference, the Back to the Future reference. Anyways, oh man, that was funny. Okay. Etel says, you always make me feel better. Oh, thank you, Etel. I really appreciate that. Okay. Um, oh, that reminds me, this is Lotus Supermom. Have you heard that joke about the lady who she's in a job interview, and the interviewing manager asks her, what would you say is your biggest flaw? And she says, I'm too honest. And he says, I don't think that's a flaw. And she goes, I don't give a fuck what you think. Anyways, Ethel says, I'm bedbound and wheelchair ridden. I love the movie Yesterday. Oh, yeah, right. I'm sorry to hear that you're wheelchair bound. And but you know what, though? Ethel, here's a question for you. If, because they're working on this technology, there's a book called The Future of the Mind by, what is his name? The Future of the Mind, by Michio Kaku. Okay? And he's a professor. He's that long-haired professor of physics. Anyways, it's a book by him, and he's talking about how they're mapping the brain, all the synapses in our brain. They're trying to map out the human consciousness, basically, our mind, right? So he's saying that if you compare it to the first computer, if you compare it to where they are with computers now, I mean, we have little computers in our hand now. He's saying that they're at the stage now where computers used to take up a whole entire floor, and there were these big tubes that moths used to get stuck in. There are little bugs that used to get stuck in the tubes. But he was saying that that's where they're at right now with mapping out our brain with the human mind. And he's saying that, but because we already have this technology, this foundation laid out for us, the advancement is going to be so much faster, exponentially faster than the advancements that they made with the computer. So within years, potentially in our lifetime, we'll have the technology that where we can literally download our brain, our mind, our memories, everything that makes your consciousness will be able to be downloaded onto a computer chip. And then whatever you want to do with that computer chip is you could put it, store it into a computer, you could put it into a robot body. So now your consciousness, you are living inside of a robot body, right? And you could potentially live forever then, because now your consciousness is in a computer chip, and your brain is running this computer inside of a robot, and now you embody this robot body, and it's you and all your memories and your even your corny jokes, and but you get to live forever in a robot body. Would you do it? That's all. Especially in your, because for me, I would try it. I would definitely try it. When I get older, I would give it a shot, right? And I have my own reasons, and I can explain later on in another live stream, because it's gonna get long. But just interested in your perspective, because you are bedridden and wheelchair bound. No, did it say bedridden? Bedbound and wheelchair ridden. Would you, Etel, if given the choice, would you download your consciousness onto a computer chip so that you could be put into a robot body? Or another option that they talked about was downloading your consciousness into a computer chip and shooting it out in the form of a laser beam, because light, you would be traveling at the speed of light into space. And now your consciousness would be traveling in space at the speed of light. And he was saying that as long as there was some sort of receptor at the other end, you could potentially shoot your consciousness from one end of the universe to the other at light speeds. And when it gets there, now you download yourself into another robot body, and there you are in another avatar in another planet. This is stuff they're talking about, But anyways, I would be interested in. Okay, here's Etel says, but you always cheer me up, and your essence just shines through your wonderfulness. Always puts me in a wonderful mood. Thank you. So that's so kind of you, Etel. Stiletto says, Vaha, yep, I wrote that script. Aliens. Oh, yeah, right? I mean, aliens is another fascinating topic. Anyways, Etel says, I'm seeing the proper doctors, but due to COVID, it's very hard for me to get the testing I need quickly, so I'm on the right path. It's just time, but time hurts. LOL, I'm trying to be better. Oh my goodness. I love your attitude, Etel. Let's talk guns, the singularity. Yeah, did you see the movie? Okay, I gotta wrap this up. Eto says, I have hearing loss due to my brain, not my ears. LOL. So I totally get what you were saying. I'd be down for that, yes. Eto, right? Me too. Most people said no. Most people are like, no, I would never do that. I don't want to live in a robot body. I'm like, why not? What's the difference between we're living in this body? This is just our flesh vehicle that we're in. But I'm not this body, right? Because if you think about it, this body has changed so many times. The body that I'm in, when I look at my daughters, I always tell them, don't worry about it. You might look a little awkward now, but you'll grow into a beautiful lady. Our bodies change, right? So I don't know what would be any different than moving into a robot body. But anyways, that's pretty cool, Edsel. But the good news is it might happen in our lifetime. Let's talk guns. I would upload a copy of my consciousness into a robot that could groom the biting dogs. Oh, let's talk guns. That's awesome. That's an amazing idea, right? So you still get the credit for it, but you don't have to endure any of the pain. Edel says, yup, in 1 second, download me now. Beam me up, Scotty. Nice. Let's talk guns. People would just hear a robotic voice from outside the shop saying, nobody, good boy, no biting, no biting, error, error. Oh man. And then all of a sudden they hear execute, terminate, they'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Stiletto, I wouldn't want a robot body. I think I'd break things. Yeah, Stiletto Supermom. I mean, so I asked the same question to one of my clients who you would think, right? I mean, just judging by where she lives, the lifestyle that they have, you would think they would never want it to end, right? And so I asked her, like, if you had the opportunity, would you? Fully expecting a yes. And she thought about it. She goes, no, I wouldn't. And I was like, what? And she was like, no, I think there's something beautiful about the temporary, the temporariness of life, having the limited time here. I think it makes us cherish our time more. And I was like, what? You wouldn't want it to last? And she was saying, like, I think I would get bored. And she was like, like, I think life would lose its meaning. Like, everything would lose its specialness because I'm never gonna die. It's never gonna be over. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. That's one way to think about it that I didn't consider. Having a limited time here does make that time more special, right? Because it's, what do they say? Scarcity builds value, right? It's almost because our time here is limited, it makes our time here so special and so precious, right? I love the quote from Vision in The Age of Ultron, the Marvel movie, The Age of Ultron. At the very end, Vision says, "A thing is not beautiful because it lasts." Oh, it's a privilege to be among them. It's a privilege to be here. A terrible privilege, like Jordan Peterson says. Sometimes it feels like a terrible privilege, but it is a privilege to exist. Let's see here. Stella Supermom, watch the show Upload. I think it's called Upload, okay? It's a series about the exact thing you're talking about. It's so great, you'd love it. Okay, Upload, all right. Okay, Google. Remind me to watch Upload.
Got it. Watch Upload. When do you want to be reminded?
Later tonight.
Sure. Today at 9 p.m. To get this reminder on an iPhone, you'll need to download the Google Assistant app.
I feel like we're already living in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, like, oh, what I just did, if you had told me that was possible when I was 11 years old or 12 years old, I would have said, what? You're crazy. That's movie stuff. That's sci-fi stuff. What I just did just now. I don't think we're appreciating the times we're living in. Um, let's see here. Edel says, "Let's talk guns. Love you." Yeah, right. Let's talk target acquired. Yeah, right. And good boy. No biting. No biting. Error. Error. Target acquired. Execute. Exterminate. Exterminate. That'd be crazy. Sorry, I just went full Doctor Who. Etel says, I don't know. I've always loved the idea of immortality, vampire, robot, whatever. I want it. I want to watch the world change. Yeah, right. I want to be around to experience it, to witness it. Um, Edel says, you could always make your immortality special. You could always contribute to mankind and be immortal. I don't know. I'm weird. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. As a vampire, it'd be tough to do, right? I mean, there's a conspiracy theory that I thought was just crazy that the blood banks are really the way that they keep these vampires that are like the elite in controlling society in the background. These blood banks are there for their food, so they don't actually have to kill humans anymore. They just drink our blood from the blood banks. Crazy, right? I know. Anyways, um, let's see. I don't buy into any of these. It's just fun. It's just fun. Let's talk guns. What if there is only one consciousness and it's the universe experiencing itself and each one of us is just one fragment of that same consciousness? Exactly. And that I really like that analogy that we're all drops of God. Just like if you take a drop from the ocean, you can't say this is the ocean because that would be incorrect. It's just a drop from the ocean. But you can say all the properties of the ocean that make the ocean, that are true of the ocean, it's true of this drop as well because it came from the ocean. It's unique. It doesn't have all the characteristics of the ocean, but the properties that make the ocean are true of the drop that you took it from. So we're all unique drops of God. I really like that. I really like that analogy that we're all different, just unique pieces of one big puzzle. Yeah. Um, and I like the puzzle analogy because if you look at a puzzle, every once in a while there's this really ugly piece, right? Or just this really deformed piece where you're just like, whoa, was that cut wrong? That piece belongs there. If you throw that piece away because you think that it's disfigured or you think that it looks ugly and you judge it like that and you throw that piece away, now that puzzle will never be complete, you know? So I tell my daughters that too. It's like never judge somebody by the way they look or by their appearances, because they're important too. They belong here. They're a piece of the puzzle. Um, let's see here. Eto says, I pondered that same thing. Stiletto Supermom, what if you were stuck in your body at the same age but live forever? Yeah, like almost like a vampire thing. When you get bit, you're that age. Um, I would, if that's true, it's like, let's hurry up and stop it now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already getting the aches and pains at 39. I'm not even I'm 1 year away from 40. Let's stop it right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to age anymore. Let's see here. Let's talk guns. If you told people it was possible when you're 11, they would have had you committed. Yeah, right? They would have. They would be like, dude, this guy's, he's going to hurt somebody or himself. And that's not, it's like, whenever I say something crazy, I always like to let people know I'm fully aware that this is crazy what we're talking about, because I don't want anybody to walk away from the conversation and be like, texting, somebody needs to get on June, keep him safe, take him to a safe place. Um, Edel says that was in Blade, the blood bank thing. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So it's like, is it art imitating reality, real life, or is it real life imitating art? I don't know. Not that I'm saying I believe in vampires or that blood banks are the way to keep vampires alive. I don't buy any of that. I'm not saying any of that is true. I'm just, it's just fun. Mitchy Mike, I love listening to you guys. I just don't have any input today. It's because this is a weird conversation. It's getting even weirder. Let me end this now because people who actually came on here, this is going to be so clickbaity. Watch me update my website and then we start talking about aliens and consciousness. No, this is fun. Talk this is just pondering. Uh-huh. Okay. So before I end this, because I really got to get ready for my live stream, I mean, not live stream, my Toastmasters meeting. Let me go back to my website. So Mitchy Mike, and anyone else who is just joining, this is what we did. So this is what my website looks like now, because I'm not able to take any more new clients. I'm constantly getting like messages and emails and people contacting me, and I'm having to explain this. I've actually, and I don't like to copy and paste, but because I don't like to ignore them for so long, because I'm waiting for a time where I can actually type out a personal response. I just figured I'm letting them down anyways. I'm already letting them know I can't take their dog on my schedule. So now I just copy and paste it. I have this thing copied and paste where I explain it nicely. But anyways, I realized my website was not reflecting that. So that's why I changed my website now. So it reflects what I want to do now, is just share my knowledge, help other people do it themselves at home if they want to groom their own dogs at home. Share helpful information about life, going through stages of grief. So this is my website now. And before it said this, but it didn't say any of this. The author, here when you scroll down, it had my process and how to basically what my service includes and how to contact me. But now that information is irrelevant because I'm not even sharing any of that. Shoot, I thought I was sharing my screen. Sorry about that. What an idiot, right? Shoot. Okay. Sorry about that. So I'll just go through again. So now this is what my website looks like. June the Groomer. But before, it didn't have the art of this author of the art of grooming. It didn't have this. It just said June the Groomer, private dog groomer Atlanta. And then when you scroll down, instead of my YouTube videos, the DIY videos and things like that, it showed my process, the details about my service and how to contact me. But now I don't need any of that information. And when you scroll all the way down, it just has my blog articles that I shared. It has my story at the bottom, how I became a dog groomer. So that's that. And I may actually change it again to this article that I wrote where it has affiliate links, and it's a actual post. So okay, let's do that. I'll show you how I do that if I wanted to change it again. Okay, so let's wait while it loads. Okay, just want to make sure I'm still streaming. All right. Okay, so what I can do is go down to home page settings, and instead of the home page, there's a post that I made. Where is it? I guess that's not it. Oh, okay. So I can make my page look like this, where it's just blog articles. So it's just a blog. Huh. So I could do that. Yeah, let's just do that. Homepage and post views must be different. Okay, we'll just do that. Or my philosophy on dog grooming. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. But anyways, I gotta stop saying that. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's just working a little bit late. My philosophy on dog grooming. There's my book. There's my video on how I became a dog groomer. Okay. Nah, I think I'm gonna keep it on that. What? Okay. Let's see. Then that. All right. We'll just trust that it's there like that. All right. Well, man, it's getting hot in here. I'm gonna turn on the fan. Okay, so there's my website. All right. Okay, perfect. So there it is. So hopefully that helps. Let me move that back there. I want to thank everybody who participated in the live chat. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. Um, Catherine says, "Do you believe in Bigfoot?" Okay, so Bigfoot. I started getting into lost in videos about Bigfoot. I do believe that there was a creature, because there's stories about it everywhere, right? So, anyways, I gotta wrap this up. Stiletto Mom, I look forward to your thoughts on upload and more grooming videos. Talk soon. Okay, Stiletto Mom, and that's the thing. The grooming videos, I kind of been feeling like these days. What really got me was this talk by Dr. Wayne Dyer that I re-listened to, and I heard it 1,000 times. But then this one time, it just hit me. He was like, "I want to focus on quality over appearances," and he was saying like, talking about, am I happy? What is the quality of my life? Not how does my life appear to others. So for the past few weeks, I've really been trying to just focus on just really doing things for the love of doing it and not sharing it on social media, not needing the validation. And so that's why I haven't really been sharing my grooms and things, because I want it to be special for the families. And I realized, like, by not sharing it with anyone else, if I do take a picture of the dogs and sending it to them personally, privately, and not sharing it on my social media, I don't know, it just feels more special, especially to my clients. It feels like it's made just for them. So that's why I've been doing that. And but who knows? Let's see. Tomorrow, who am I grooming tomorrow? The two beef terriers. Okay, I'll ask her. tomorrow I'll ask her. I have two Biva terriers. They're spelled Biewer, Biewer. Extremely cute. I'll ask her. I'll just kind of mention like, hey, while I'm grooming, do you mind if I stream it on YouTube? Well, and we'll just see. If she says like, yeah, you can, I'll be like, nah, it's fine, you know. But if it's like, yeah, sure, you know, then I might. Um, Edol says, LOL, June, exactly. Changed my website. Immortality and vampires. Kidding, kidding. Yeah, exactly. It's just off topic chatter, guys. No worries. Yeah, at all. It's like draw them in. Hey, if you want to get some ideas on how to change your website, and then we start talking about Bigfoot. No, we didn't. I avoided Bigfoot topic. I sidestepped it. Eto, the website looks great. Oh, thank you. Let's talk guns. I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I do believe in Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. Exactly. And Let's Talk Gun believes in Alf as well. Alf and Harry from the Hendersons. What about that horse that used to talk? Was that Ed? Ed the horse? I used to watch that. It was like black and white. I used to watch that when I was a kid. Anyways, thank you guys so much for your time. I got to get ready for my Toastmasters meeting tonight so I can learn how to actually speak properly and not be a complete waste of people's time. But I'm working on it. I'm getting better, you know, sharpening my speaking skills. But anyways, I will talk to you guys next time. Michi Mike, we'll go back and watch in totality. My son came in talking to me, so I missed the last post of you talking about your new website, Miss. Oh, thank you, Michi Mike. And I'm sorry about my potty mouth. I need to realize there are kids watching this. But my kids already know. They're like, I explained to my daughters like this. I told my daughters, words are like colors, and there's no bad colors. It's just that sometimes colors don't belong in certain places. It's inappropriate to use certain colors in certain places. It ruins the picture. So you want to avoid using certain colors in certain situations, just like you want to avoid using certain words that may be too colorful, too bold in certain situations. It's going to ruin the picture, you know? So and that's why I compare Toastmasters meetings to an art class. I feel like it's an art class, but instead of learning how to use colors, we learn how to use our words to paint a clear picture for others. And that's why I love Toastmasters so much. It's teaching me to use my words more effectively. And I do have to remind myself, there are kids watching. That's good. Anyways, Michi Mike, Mr. Ed, my son is 50. Oh! Okay, awesome. Well, then who cares, right? Who gives a... No, I was kidding. You know? Um, Etel says, I cuss like a sailor. My kids understand curse words are reserved for adults, so they can't wait till they're 18. Nice. Well, I kind of encourage my daughter, you know, especially my older daughter, Ava, because she's so sweet and kind. I'm like, just say it. Just say it. She's like, I don't feel comfortable. Like, all right. Yeah, no, I told her, good for you. If you don't feel comfortable saying it, don't say it, you know? And I was like, just be you, you know? Don't make people... and I told her, like, I really respect the fact that she lets me know if she doesn't want to do something. Like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't feel comfortable. It's like, good for you. Edel says, they are 13 and 14. Uh-huh, okay. Nice. So they're right there where... You know, they might be saying stuff like, oh, shut the front door. But you know what they mean. We all know what they mean. And I remember one of my friends, he told his daughter, because she was like, what did she say? She said, oh, shoot. And he said, you mean shit. Or something like that. Or she said, fudge. And he said, don't you mean fuck? And he's like, you know, I don't want you saying it, but if you're going to say it, say the real word. I was like, wow. Shoot, who am I to judge? You know, everybody has their own personal parenting style, you know. Um, and there are kids watching slash self. They say frick or shoot or whatever. Yeah, exactly. And you know, I don't mind it, but my friend, he always corrects his daughter. He's like, don't say frick, say fuck. You know, don't say shoot, say shit. You know, like say the real word. If you're gonna say it, just say it. You know, like wow. You know, I mean, interesting, right? Let's Talk God says, I just tell my kids, June has Tourette's. Nice. Nice. And I mean, I don't think you're wrong. Anyways, thank you guys so much for your time. And I don't want this to seem like fake, like, like, oh, here he is now acting like a nice guy. I know I'm an asshole sometimes, and I know I'm a jerk, and I try really hard not to be. I'm trying to catch myself more and more. But I really do believe that there is a light in you that's also in me. Let's Talk Guns were saying, like, we're all pieces of the same consciousness, right? Almost like a singularity. So I realized that phrase namaste literally means I honor the light in you that's also in me. And that's why I like to end each stream with that, just as a reminder to myself, even, that I'm no more special than you, and you're no more special or no less special than anyone else. We all have a light inside of us. And what if you were meant to flash, and everyone convinces you that you're a piece of shit because you don't shine? You know what I'm saying? What if your light that you were born with was really meant to just flash? And flashing is fine. It's okay. That's the way your light was meant to be. It's unique. And we need a flasher somewhere over here, you know? But everyone around you is a shiner. And they convince you that your light is shit because you don't shine, you know? That's why I say be free of the good opinion of others. If you're a flasher or a flicker, not a shiner, well, then don't try to convince yourself or make yourself something you're not to appease the people around you. Because as long as you keep shining your light unapologetically, be unapologetically you, own it, whoever you are, then as long as you keep shining boldly, confidently, the people who need your light will find you. But they will never be able to find you if you turn your light off or you cover it up because you're ashamed of it, because it's not like the light of the people around you, or it's not the kind of light that people convinced you that you need to be, and you hide it. Well, now the people that really need your light, they won't be able to find you. So even if people tell you that you're wrong, that you're not supposed to be like that, you're not like that. You can't do those things. Don't listen to them. Shine your light, whatever it is, right? So I honor the light. Oh shoot, hope I got another comment. I got to read. I was kidding. Mitchie, my bye for now. Uh, we stopped for the most part. Nice. Love you, June. Turn my day around. I was having a very bad day. Well, Eto, I honor the light in you that's also in me.